Good morning, students. Welcome back again for the second segment. We have two segments so that I don't want the video to go beyond 15 minutes. So in this case, let's start with question 2. Find the solution of the system of linear equations. And we want to do this by graphical method. So this is our equation 1. We can call this equation 1 and equation 2. Equation 1, x plus y equal to 12. To solve this by graphical method, we want to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Okay, so let's find the x-intercept. In the x-intercept, put y to be 0, solve for x. Okay, so that means anywhere we see y, we put 0. So this is x plus 0 equal to 12. X will now be 12 minus 0, and x will be 12. That is the x-intercept. Then let's go ahead and find the y-intercept. For y-intercept, put x to be 0 and solve for y. Solve for y. So wherever we see x, we put 0 and we solve for y. 0 plus y is 12. So y is 12 minus 0 and y is 12. So we have 12 and 12 for the first equation. For equation 1, we have 12 and 12. So let's kind of write it out here, 12 and 12 for equation 1, because we're going to plot it later on. Then for equation 2, negative 3x plus y equal to 0. Let's go ahead and find the x-intercept. Okay, we put y to be 0, solve for x. Negative 3x will be equal to 0. And of course, x will be 0 over negative 3. X will be 0. Then we also solve for y. Y-intercept. Okay. 0 plus y is 0. Y is 0 minus 0. Y is 0. So we have 0 and 0. Okay, we can go ahead now and graph this. I don't have a graph with me, but if you do your graph very well, you will get it right. Okay, so let's find our graph. And we shall use a suitable scale. Okay, so we have 12 and 12. Of course, in your graph, you might want to label it, maybe 14, then 13, 12, and maybe I have it here. I have up to 12, 13, 14, and I have the same thing here, negative 1, negative 2, up to negative 8, maybe, negative 1, negative 2, up to negative 8, or negative 14, whichever one you choose to do. Okay, so we have 12 and 12, right? So this is 12, and this is 12. Okay, and you use a straight edge. Right now I'm just using freehand, but you don't need to do it with a free hand, so you don't make mistake. So this is our equation. Our equation of x plus y. On top of it, you write x plus y equal to 12. That's equation 1. Then for equation 2, we see that we had 0 and 0, right? So it's gonna be here. Now, the next question is because here is the origin, the point of intersection, 0, 0. So you now ask yourself, is it going to be a negative slope or a positive slope? Is it going to be a negative slope or a positive slope? So we go back to the equation, and I hope you can recall y equal to mx plus b. That's the equation of a straight line. Your mama ex-boyfriend. Well, that's the way I taught students to remember it. Your mama ex-boyfriend, where m, mama means slope, and b, boyfriend means the y-intercept. So if you actually, this m tells you the slope, whether it's going to be a positive slope or negative slope. If it is a positive slope, this is positive slope. And if it is a negative slope, this is a negative slope. So when you make this equation to look like this, how is it going to appear? When you move this, of course, if you view my videos on linear equation, you will see how I taught it. So if you move this will be y equal to 0 plus 3x, and y will be 3x plus 0. Let me kind of draw. So the slope is 3, so it's going to be a positive slope. And because it's a positive slope, it's going to run like this. So you just draw your origin. And of course, what kind of system is this? This is a consistent system because it has a single solution. It has two graphs, and the two graphs intersect at one point, which is the solution. So at this point, just find what is here, what is x here, and then find what is y here. If you do that, actually, you find that x is 3 and our y is 9, if you do that on your graph. And how do you check? Just like we did number 1, you plug it in. 3 plus 9 will give you 12, is true. Then negative 3 times 3 is negative 9 plus 9 equal to 0 is true. Okay? I can just show you immediately how we check. And I mean, an easier way to check, a very easy way to check on this. Check, when you write the main equation, you write what's your left hand side, what is your right hand side. Left hand side is x plus y, right hand side is 12. You know, this was the way I taught it in linear equations. So we had that our x is 3 and then y is 9. So you just plug it in. 3 plus 9 will give you 12. 12 is good. Then you do the next one, negative 3x plus y equal to 0. Left hand side, right hand side. Left hand side is negative 3x plus y, right hand side is 0. So this is negative 3 times 3 plus 9. And that is negative 9 plus 9, and that is 0. So that's the way you do number 2. So it's a consistent system, it has a single solution, and the solution is x is equal to 3, y is equal to 9. Okay? Now, we got about 4 more and we're done. Okay, number 3 is the same way you do it, negative 2x minus 2y equal to negative 6. 4x plus 3y equal to 10. That's the same way you do it. Negative 2x minus 2y equal to negative 6. X-intercept. You find the x-intercept. And that is what? Negative 2x equal to negative 6. X will be 3. Then y-intercept. Y-intercept will be negative 2y equal to negative 6. Y will be 3. So this is 3, 3, right? Here they just told you what kind of system are these equations. How many solutions do they have? So they did not tell you to solve it. They just asked what kind of system. So let's go ahead and do the next one. 4x plus 3y equal to 10. X-intercept. We have that this is 4x equal to 10. X will be 10 over 4, which is 5 over 2, 2.5. And then y-intercept. Y-intercept, 3y will be equal to 10. Y will be 10 over 3. So let's kind of draw it and see what we got. If we draw this now, x and y, first one, x is 3, 3. Okay? That's the first one. It's going to be a negative slope. And this is negative 2x minus 2y equal to negative 6. And the second one, when x is 2.5, which is about here, and y is 10 over 3, which is 3.33, will be y, around here, 3.33. So if you draw it, you see that it's crossed, and you see the equation here, where they intersect. So number 3 will be consistent system, one single solution for number 3. Okay, let's go to number 4. Let's go to number 4. Number 4 is y plus 5x equal to negative 10. 2y plus 10x equal to negative 10. Now, sometimes you can find this out without even solving it. Sometimes you can even find it out without solving it. If you look at this, everything gives you negative 10, so there's a problem. Okay? So there's a problem. It's either going to result in no solution. From the way you look at it, these two things gave you negative 10. Right? So, and number 4 is just like number 5. So, it's either it gives you no solution or infinitely many solutions. So, let's kind of look at it. Yeah. I will tell you the difference actually between number 4 and number 5. If you look at number 4, let's find the x-intercept. Put y to be 0, 5x will be negative 10, and then x will be negative 2. Okay? For the y-intercept, y will be negative 10. Then here, for 2y plus 10x equal to negative 10, for the x-intercept, we have that 10x is negative 10, and x is negative 1. For the y-intercept, we have that 2y is negative 10 and y is negative 5. Now, I'm solving this fast. You need to take your time and do it so that you can get it right. Okay? So, if we draw the graph of this, x and y, here when x is negative 2, y is negative 10, around here. So, these are graph here. Then here when x is negative 1, y is negative 5. Around here. So you see, it won't intersect. It is two distinct solutions, two distinct parallel lines, if you draw your graph well. So because it's two distinct parallel lines, it is inconsistent. No solution. Okay? It's inconsistent and it doesn't have any solution because it's two different graphs and it doesn't intersect. All right, the next one, we do number 5. And I'm going to explain the difference between number 4 and number 5. I will explain it to you. Number 5, you have 2x minus 8y equal to 4. X minus 4y equal to 2. So let's first of all do 2x minus 8y equal to 4. X-intercept is 2x equal to 4. X will be equal to 2. I'm kind of rushing so that the video will not be long. Y-intercept will be negative 8y equal to 4. So y will be negative 4 over 8, which is negative half. Then for x minus 4y equal to 2, x-intercept will be x is equal to 2. Y-intercept will be negative 4y equal to 2. Y will be negative 2 over 4. Y will be negative half. So you have the same thing for both solutions. When x is 2, y is negative half. So let's say that this is maybe 2 and y maybe this is negative 1 and maybe this negative 2. Y is negative half, maybe here. And this is 2. And then the graph will look like this. And you see, for this single line, you have 2x minus 8y equal to 4, and even x minus 4y equal to 2. Still, it has, the two graphs has just one single line. So because of that, this is a dependent solution. It has infinitely many solutions. This is a consistent solution. It has one solution. This is inconsistent solution. It is independent. It has no solution. This is a dependent solution. It has infinitely many solutions. Now, let me explain the difference between this and this. Look at it carefully. In this, you see, when you multiply this by 2, this will be 2y plus 10x. It still gave you negative 10, right? It still gave you negative 10. Even if you have 3y plus 15x, and it still gives you negative 10, Okay, each one still gave you negative, each one is parallel. That tells you it's parallel. Like if you have 3y plus 15x and it gives you negative 10, if you have 4y plus 20x and it gives you negative 10, you see, each one is parallel. So because of it, it's not going to be consistent. But here, you see that when you multiply this by 2, x minus 4y equal to 2. If you multiply it by 2, gives you 2x minus 8y equal to 4. Even if you have another one, 3x minus 12y equal to 6. Even if you add another one, you keep on multiply by 3, it gives you just one solution. Okay, and that is why it is infinitely many solutions. So the next video I will do number 6.